Thanks so much for joining us. You're watching 726 right here in Harrison, Arkansas. And up next we have Terry Stambaugh and Janel Crockett. They're representing CASA, and a big event's coming up real soon. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. Janelle, you want to tell them about the Mayor's Ball?
Yes, it's going to be April 30th. The cocktail hour starts at 6. Dinner will be served at 7 at the Quality and Convention Center.
Okay.
We're going to have a live auction, a live DJ. We'll also have some silent auction items. And our big event will be a roast of Harrison Mayor Jeff Crockett.
Oh, boy. I bet he's waiting for that.
I don't think he's as excited about it as we are, but I think it'll be a great time.
So I'm sure you have plenty of participants that are willing to roast him.
Well, not yet, actually. If you're interested in roasting, you can contact me. My phone number is 715-5151. Dan, I think you'd be great at it.
You know, I might do that. Got a few things that could roast him over.
Yeah, I think so.
Just a few things. He's made some waves since he's become
a few.
adult. Just a few, which is good, which is always good.
Yeah.
Now,
how else to ask how CASA will benefit?
Well, CASA is receiving all of the proceeds from the Mayor's Ball. I really appreciate Mayor Crockett in doing this and subjecting himself to the roast, among other things. But he's always been very generous with CASA. And if I can, I'll tell you a little bit about what CASA is. CASA is court-appointed special advocates for children. These are abused and neglected children. And one of the things that we found is as the economy gets worse and as family pressures get worse, it seems to all come down on the kids. In the last 6 months, I think we've seen our caseload go from about 80 kids to 123 kids. And that's in 63 cases. Right now it's being handled by 39 volunteers. So we're up against some pressures. And I keep saying kids, Dan, that's not goats. We're talking children. I want to make sure we're not talking goats. The saddest part right now is because there's limitations on how many cases you can assign to a volunteer, we've actually had to turn 60 kids away.
Wow.
Oh, that's not
in
good.
the last year. No, that's horrible. It breaks my heart to see that happen. Now, where the CASA advocates come into play is Judge Isabel will ask for a CASA for a couple of children or a child that are in a particular case. And that volunteer becomes the eyes and ears for the judge. So the judge can make a really well-informed decision on the care of the child, what's going on with the child, what the next steps are. The CASA volunteer observes that they're getting the right medical attention, education, nutrition, everything else. The other thing that the advocate does that's really important, I mean, we've all been to court for one thing or another if you got caught speeding or anything like that. It's an uncomfortable environment. Picture yourself being a little child in there by yourself, pretty much, just waiting all day for your particular part of the case to be heard, and maybe even the person that might have abused you being in that same courtroom. The CASA advocate is there with them, holding their hand, letting them know they've got their back and they're going to be okay. And so once again, when I think of 60 kids being turned away, it's kind of heartbreaking.
Is there some special training that a volunteer would go through?
There is. There's about 40 hours of training for the volunteer. And that's one of the things we raise these funds for. To train an advocate costs a little bit in excess of $800 per advocate. So as you can do the math, we've got 60 kids we had to turn away. You can only have 2 per case. That means we need at least 30 more volunteers at $800 a piece. That's where a lot of the funding goes, just the administration to satisfy all the state requirements and recruiting and training our advocates.
Are there any requirements for a volunteer? Age or?
21 years of age, have a heart for children.
Okay.
There is a background check done on every advocate. The advocate never takes the child anywhere. The advocate meets the child at court because the children are in foster care oftentimes, and that has to be checked on as well. But they're not babysitting. They're not taking the children anywhere. But we do have a background check on every one of them by the FBI.
Okay. If there's someone out in our audience that's interested, then could they talk to someone that does this and kind of get a feel for what it is to know if this is something?
Sure. The best thing they could do is call the office at 743-2212 and talk to one of our advocate supervisors, and they can let them know what has to be done. You're looking at a commitment of about, on average, 15 hours a month.
Okay.
And the judge is really, really good about working with people around their schedules. He's moved things around in court because there's teachers that have been advocates and they have to do some things on their lunch hour. So it all centers around the great value that these advocates bring.
Are you an advocate?
No, board members can't be
Oh, okay,
advocates.
okay.
We're restricted from
Right.
having direct information about any particular case.
But a person that wants to volunteer, would they be called upon to take an active role in the courtroom, or are they just there for the child?
They don't take an active role in terms
The
of
process,
necessarily
yeah.
testifying,
Right.
but they turn in reports to the judge that the judge relies on. Like I said, they're the eyes and ears for the judge.
Okay.
And the judge puts a huge amount of credibility into what that advocate
good.
has to say.
So for somebody that loves children and wants to be a part of this, it's a volunteer situation, they can contact you directly?
You bet.
Okay.
743-2212 and talk to an advocate supervisor there.
Now the mayor's ball, this is not the first year that this has happened. Is that
Or
right?
is this your first
yeah,
year?
Well, this is my first year on the board, so this is my first year of
Yeah.
hosting the mayor's ball.
I understand there's been a mayor's ball in the past, and I've never
I
been a
think
part of it, but
remember doing
Janel
one,
actually, you know, this idea came, and Janel has been a wonderful addition to our board in many ways, but offering up the mayor for a roast was
Yeah, exactly.
just a real plus.
Had some inside pull there, didn't you?
Just a little.
So again, this is going to be where and times and
Quality
dates?
and Convention Center, April 30th. Social hour starts at 6. Tickets are on sale now, $100 per person. Dinner's included in that, along with all the entertainment. And you can contact me at 715-5151 or Terry.
577-9581, or call the CASA office.
And do we need to RSVP, get tickets beforehand?
Yes, you
Can't do it
cannot
at the-
pay at the door. You have to
cannot pay
have
at the door.
your spot paid for in advance.
Okay.
And our
good.
deadline's coming up, actually, because we have to have all the information to the
So
caterer
is
by
there a
when?
deadline?
I'm going to fudge a little bit and go with the 20th.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
We
Okay.
want to give everybody a chance to be at this, because not only is it going to support a wonderful cause, it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun.
Good.
And I know you're
good.
throwing things out on Facebook too, so people can
Yeah.
access.
Yeah, we
you that
have
way, too.
an event posted on Facebook, so you can Facebook me at Janel Crockett or check out our event at First Annual CASA Mayor's Ball.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for coming by.
Thank
And
you.
hopefully it's a great
Appreciate
and successful event. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
All right. Up next, we're going to step over into the other portion of the studio and talk about Prairie Market with Hannah and Mel Harness. Stay with us.